ready to freaking bang, man.
I did think about some things I can go out of my way to teach you, though, that will help you out a lot.
You said number 8, right?
Number 8. Yep.
All right. Yeah, so I think my biggest thing is, after messing around with it for a while, my biggest thing is trying to figure out, when I'm in Awakening, how to safely get to pre-Awakening. And I know you can do C-swap, like side C-swap, like insta-dash or whatever.
Yeah, there's more than one way. I gotcha.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, you're right here. Cool. I'll share in Discord too, so it's easier for you to see in real time.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And it doesn't affect my stream. You should be fine.
Yo.
So when you go into, if you want to go into pre-awakening, there's, just for clarification for everyone, we'll go through like every single way. So the first one you talked about was with quick C swapping, which just means if you do a C swap to the side, you can cancel it with a forward dash. You can cancel it with a side dash. You can actually cancel it with Unveiled Dagger, which you probably won't be doing intentionally, and you can also cancel it with Enforcement, which the only reason you do that is if like you want to do Seeds and you float someone and then quick C swap Enforcement for like a pre-awakening combo if you're waiting on cooldowns. That's just an example. But yeah, and then you can also cancel quick C swap with Airstrike, which is what I do a lot. A lot of times, like, you know, when people are chasing you, like I'll just do Shattering, and then while I'm in midair, I'll quick C swap Airstrike 180 and get away.
Yeah, you do that shit so quick, bro.
Yeah, it just takes practice.
You got those CS:GO flicks. Crazy.
It just takes practice, but yeah, those are the more advanced ways. The other ways you can go into pre-awakening is pretty easy. If you hotbar Wheel of Fortune,
yeah,
you can use that from Awakening.
Ready to go.
Lunacy, and then of course Nocturne. And
so wait,
Balance Strike as well. If you have the Airstrike Rabomb, it should be the third Rabomb at the very bottom. That one you can go into pre-awakening with, and you can cancel that Airstrike too.
Yeah, that one's cracked. That movement's cracked. So, someone was explaining this to me, but it is so confusing. So Nocturne has 4 different Nocturnes. So you do like side or A or whatever is like a float or something.
No, side A is
D,
yeah,
it's
side D. That's a float.
A is damage.
A is damage, but you're probably never ever gonna use it ever.
Yeah, and then S is S block,
disengage,
and then W is just to get behind them.
Yeah, and it does.
And you can still slant it out of it, right?
Yeah, you can slant it, but it's slower. That's why if you're gonna try and CC someone, you probably want to just go for the D Nocturne for the float.
Yeah.
A lot of times when I'm
so fast, bro. Oh my god.
A lot of times when I'm disengaging and there's a lot of people around me, I will just instantly go into Nocturne and then do S Nocturne 180 flick Airstrike to just get away into the Airstrike flow.
Yeah. I noticed you do that a lot, and you also got hit out of it too. I was like, ooh, unfortunate.
Yeah, you're gonna get hit out of Airstrike from pretty much any AoE skill, anything that has a CC. It says invincibility while moving, but it has collision. So because of that collision, you just collide with shit and you get hit out.
Yeah.
But you get like, once you like get on your toes, like if you ever do, like you'll be like, okay, this is a good time to use it. This is a good time to use it. Like I'm gonna aim away from
I noticed you using the flow like really aggressively like that.
Yeah, I didn't actually think I would, but it turns out people aren't always fast enough to punish Airstrike if you're quick with it. So a lot of times I'll like go behind someone, especially if they're low, and I'll just hit him with Airstrike and then just do the slash, and it does pretty good damage. And the way the damage works on this skill is it does the same damage as the Airstrike you have spec'd. So if you're actually playing Suck has higher modifiers for Airstrike, and it does a fuck ton of damage to someone. Like you literally throw yourself at them. Like if you hit them from behind and CC them and then just do the flow, like you can get them down to like 50-40% HP. It's pretty good. One thing to add about that too is like, you know, like when people are blocking and your block's getting hit and you can't get out, it's actually not a bad idea. If you know someone's holding their block, you can literally throw yourself at their block with Airstrike on Suck or on Awakening, and then you could just do the flow and you get back attack with the flow going through their block, and they're still stuck in it, and you just like damage through their backside. It's actually
block them or whatever?
Yeah, it's actually not bad. If you're in Suck too, Suck has a block shred on Airstrike, so it's like even more damage. Oh really? Yeah.
Dude, that's cracked.
Yeah.
Dude, if Suck had like a little bit more range damage, dude, like anything.
Yeah.
It seems like it'd be so much
That would.
fun.
Why would you play Awakening if it had range?
Yeah, right.
That's
Like
all.
no, just like one skill, bro. Like just a tight seeds or something.
Obsidian actually is viable in Suck, and it
Is it
does.
actually? I'm
Yeah,
sure
they
that's still
sped it
so
up,
shit.
and you can also like move in it, like forward with Smoky Haze, and it's like way
really?
faster now. Like move, do Obsidian
Oh.
Ash, Smoky Haze, forward dash. Sorry, just hold Shift W. Pre-awakening, Shift E.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, sorry.
And then
Shift E. Okay.
yeah, and like you can like move out of it
Ooh.
really fast too.
That's like the sage shit. You like pocket it sort of. I like that.
Yeah, let me make sure. Obsidian Ash,
I
Prime.
don't have that skilled. It's level 1 for me
Ooh,
right now.
it
Am I
doesn't
supposed
have
to
a
level it
C.
up?
It doesn't have a CC anymore. Anyways, what? What?
Am I supposed to level this up? I ignored it because it's like
Obsidian?
no damage. Yeah, for awakening.
Nah. If you're an Awakening,
Alright, cool.
I never
I'm
use
kind of
it.
nervous there.
No.
Also, how often do you use side R&B? That little move.
Oh, Shadow Bullet?
Yeah, Shadow Bullet,
I
yeah.
actually use it a lot because Airstrike has collision, right? So whenever
Yeah.
I'm trying to like go past people or past my teammates and they're in the way, I don't want to just like hit them in the face and stay still. I actually use Shadow Bullet a ton just to move myself to the side and then
Side of them?
Airstrike
Yeah, okay.
like
Okay,
away.
Yeah, I liked it a lot to get to pre-awakening too. I feel like
You can
that was
use-
a bad habit because it's probably gonna get myself killed.
What do you mean to get to pre-awakening?
Like you shadow bullet from pre-awakening or whatever.
You mean
Or
from
awakening to pre-awakening.
Okay, well you said it like that's always been a thing, but it was only added 2 days ago.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was
So
only
that's a new
added.
thing?
That's a brand new
Okay,
thing.
so is that a bad habit to get into, or is that just like too new to know? 'Cause I was doing it when I was grinding. That was like the main way.
I don't
was
think
getting
it's
to
a bad
pre-awakening.
habit, but I
Okay.
don't do it. Give me 1 second, by the way. One quick
No
second.
worries. You're
Yo,
good.
Blacklight, thank you so much for the raid. I'm teaching my friend Stratisfied DK stuff. Sorry, I didn't get to say it right away, but thank you so much for the raid, bud. If you guys don't know, Blacklight's also a DK streamer. He's a really cool, down-to-earth guy, and he plays Succession DK. So if you want to see Succession DK, definitely go check him out. Thank you, Jax. All right, I'm back. What are we talking about? Yeah, the only thing that sucks about the new bullet from Awakening, I don't really use it because I'm not used to it. I don't
Okay.
think it's necessarily a bad habit, but
Yeah.
what I did notice is if you do bullet from Awakening and you try to airstrike, it takes like a second for airstrike to happen. Like you're kind of stuck there for some reason, but it doesn't happen if you do it from pre-Awakening. Like you could cancel it
Okay.
right away. You can,
Oh.
however, cancel it from Awakening into pre-Awakening if you do a forward dash or a side dash. So I mean, you can do that if you want to.
Yeah. That's kind of the thought process, because like I was thinking like in certain situations, I was told to always just C-swap before then, like that. That was like the way to do it safely without having to burn like wheel or lunacy or whatever.
I never actually did it into pre-awakening that much, just because you don't have frontal guard doing the quick C swap, so that could be
Yeah, that's why,
risky.
and that's what I was thinking. I was like, if I'm gonna do that, I like the shadow bullet because it's a stiff and it comes out like just the same speed kind of.
Yeah, use it a lot in duels.
And yeah,
A
I don't know,
lot.
that's weird.
In duels, I'm always, if I'm like from this distance, I'm actually always throwing shadow bullet.
I know. I remember you did some shit. You did like this move, and I felt like, oh my god, this guy's jumping at me. What the hell, man?
Yeah, it has a slight iframe on it too, so it can be like pretty. It has a gap at the end if you're not careful, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, that shit's kind of sick.
It keeps up, like, even though it's not damage, it keeps up a lot of range pressure, because a lot of people get at a safe distance, they see you use seeds and they're like, oh, I'm safe, and you tossing bullets at them and they can never let up on the pressure.
Should I lock Comma Slash for now?
I don't think
Is
so.
that like a thing you give new players?
No, I don't lock Comma Slash. If you want to see the stuff I lock, I'm still sharing my screen, right?
Yeah, I'm watching.
They're like the self-explanatory stuff. Like you want to lock sudden attack, you want to lock darkness burst, you want to
None of
lock.
these locked, by the way.
Yeah, you want to lock Well, you don't have to lock Ravage. It's not actually gonna mess up anything. I just don't use it in Awakening because the damage isn't there. But
Okay.
you don't need it. You can if you want, but you don't have the skill points anyways, so don't.
Yeah, I
even
don't.
spec it.
I'm struggling right now, dude. It's rough.
You want to lock Corrupt Ground.
Okay.
They keep trying to buff it. It's still bad. You lock
Wait,
Evasion.
Did they just put crit on it though? 100% crit rush, pump.
Maybe. It's like
That would pump, dude.
Maybe.
1550 times 7 minus 20. That's big. That'd be better damage than, or just the same damage as Fiery Crevice.
I'd use it in PvE if that was the case. Evasion, you locked out on everyone. Spirit,
Yo.
satiation, trash.
Satiate, okay. Right.
And then that should be good for your pre-awakening locked skills.
Okay, cool. All right, now for my second big question.
Yeah.
What are the big cooldowns that I need to have on my like skill cooldown bar? I know you got a million of them open on the right side of your screen. So we're looking at like seeds, right?
Seeds, shattering, those are big cooldowns. You want to track balance strike. You want to track slanted.
Okay. So
Shadow strikes.
How often do you use slanted, by the way?
A lot. If I'm like in pre-awakening, moving around, I'll usually dash up to people and just do like slanted, spirit hunt, twilight dash through them. Slanted also lingers, by the way, so that's pretty nice. You also probably want to start using.
Is it linger to the reset position, or how does that work?
It shows that it
does. Like
does.
on some classes, like it lingers all the way till you go back to neutral. Yeah, it does. Okay.
So you want to start using skills like that, by the way, because you don't want to force yourself to block. Because if your block breaks, you're done for, right? It doesn't regen for 5 seconds. So you want to start using skills like that linger and put you in frontal. And another good way to do that is, if you probably know this one, but if you SC swap into Awakening, the linger is really long, and that's like a good way to like, you know, be in block if you need to. They actually unironically gave Touch of Exploitation frontal guard all the time, and if you do 2 hits of it, it actually also lingers for a really long time too, until the reset position. I mean, that's like a niche situation. You would use it. You don't have to. If you have like an extra point just to put 1 point into it, you can use it for that. But I wouldn't imagine, even after telling you, you'll probably not use it that much. But I'm just letting you know that it's an option for frontal linger. But yeah, you definitely want to start using your block pretty much never use it.
Okay, sounds good.
Use it like for the 10-second DP buff, and then get out of it, and then start using frontal linger.
Okay.
But yeah, you want to track shattering, you want to track seeds, airstrike, both airstrikes, twilight dash.
Dusk and chain dusk are separate cooldowns now.
Yep. So you can just use them whenever.
Wait, that's very good.
Yeah, I mean,
Smoky Haze is a
Smoky Haze forward dash, SA forward dash.
Is there any other movement skills I need? That's one of the weird things. I feel like this class has so much movement, but it's like baked into the kit and like the skill you use and shit.
It's baked into the skills you use. Spirit hunt, your side dashes, twilight dash, airstrike, using the airstrike flow.
I completely forgot about that skill, bro. Oh my God.
Shattering's movement. You don't have to track the new skill for shattering, by the way, because it's 7 seconds, and base shattering is 7 seconds, and you can't use the new one no matter what.
That skill is insane, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
The pressure that skill applies is so good.
It's unprotected, but like it happens so fast that it almost doesn't matter, where people don't expect it. Like you see this dummy right here? Actually, come over here. This is so fun to do in duels. I found this when I was doing Elida and he was doing frontal guards. Hold block. If you're just holding block, I could do the new skill behind you and it'll just float. Yeah, you res.
Big chat resist.
But it's actually like so sick when someone's doing frontal.
Or AoE or whatever, right?
Yeah, you just hop right behind them. It doesn't matter. You actually just don't give a fuck. Boom.
How much human damage do you have, by the way?
Gloves, chest, helm, boots.
Oh, the whole 9, huh? Okay.
I also, well, dandy of course, but I also run 1 crit, 1 red spirit.
Ooh, okay.
Reason being is just because there was like a test by like Big and Shiny like 4 years ago, like showing that crit was diminishing if you run 2 of them. It doesn't actually equal up to 20%. It's more like 14 or 15. So I was like,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, well, why would I want diminishing returns when I could get another crystal that boosts my human damage, and I also get HP. You also get AP on top of that. And let's say someone is, their special attack kicks in and your crit's like useless. You still have the damage boost from the human and AP from your red spirit to help you out there. Does it make that big of a difference? Probably not, but you know, like this game's min max and stuff.
I might try that on this because I think I have a lot less human damage because I have a Lucas and just the boots.
Yeah.
Then fight Jin Vipers and fuck. Actually, I might actually try RBF Vipers just for shits.
I think you should. I think
I think it's a bad idea, but it would be fun though.
I was trying
hit someone with the arc that.
I was testing like double Jin Vipers, and it was like noticeable. But at the same time, I was like, do I really like want to focus on doing a little bit more damage to evasion targets, or do I want to just, you know, do more damage to? You know,
like, and that's how I am too. That's how I am too. And the accuracy percentages look pretty okay. Like obviously you lost 7%, I think it was, right?
Yeah, I mean Striker
like
doomed.
10, you had 12 on seed, and yeah, like you're doomed versus Striker Mystic or whatever.
But versus like, I mean, at least versus these Rangers and Archers and RVF, I'm actually just like gadding them if I catch them out.
And that's what I'm going for too.
Yeah.
What is a combo for like if I'm just gonna fuck around on RBF, bro? Am I leading with Shattering? Am I leading with Seed? Like, what's the vibe?
I mean, it depends on how you want to play. If there's too many people but you want to poke, I mean, it goes the same way. You try to approach in a safe manner, but you have to be careful right now because on RBF, even if you approach, like, from a distance, like your distance for seeds is about this far, while if you see a ranger archer like from this far, they'll start gadding you when you try to approach, and you can actually just die in shattering trying to do it versus them. So I usually like going in, like a lot of times I'll actually blow Twilight Dash to get in faster into Spirit Hunt and just do seeds flow, shattering, get out. Let's say I catch out someone like with the CC, if they're like far away enough, I'll even just send my body with them at airstrike to refloat them and then do the flow.
Yeah, I saw you do that a bunch.
Yeah.
Actually, you were yucking that airstrike flow a lot. I was like, man, I didn't think you could get away with that, but you kind of do get away with it quite a bit.
I didn't think I would either, but people don't expect you to be so ignorant in a large scale.
Do you
Oh, also,
do you just use a trap for movement?
Yeah, trap is primarily movement for me.
I cannot figure out how you'd use that skill like outside of a combo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely for me for movement. Like it's good movement, and you can connect other skills to it really quick.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, a lot of times even it's like that quick C swap airstrike tech we were talking about, where let's say it's the only thing I have, you know, for movement. Hey, I'm just gonna squeeze out all I can. Trap, quick C swap, airstrike flow, and then I'll just get away. But yeah, trap for large scale for me is movement. Of course, you can use it to debuff, but even if I'm using it for debuff, by the way, like let's say there's a Striker Mystic CC'd, I'm definitely like throwing the debuff on them if I can. But that's like that's all I'm helping out on. Like my job's done. Team, go hit them while they're evasion debuffed. I can't do shit. I'm running away. But other than that, I do save it for movement, repositioning. You know, just get a little bit further. It doesn't linger either, by the way, so you have to get out of it right away.
Is Shadow Strike good?
Shadow Strike, the Rabam, it's poke. I mean, if someone's like literally...
Wait a minute, hold on.
If someone's literally one, that's like the skill. You're like, fuck, he's one, boom, you know?
Gotcha.
That's like...
Put slanted on here.
The skill for if someone's one. It can proc and do decent damage. It can also just like straight up miss.
Ooh. You're so geared, man. There's no damage. All
Hope your health zone's off.
Like this get okay.
Oh, also, a lot of times I like to approach, like in large scale, is let's say, for example, what do people say about DKs? A good way to play a class, by the way, is to remember what people bitch and complain about when they're fighting it.
That's exactly how I'm gonna play this class. I'm gonna do the shit that I can hate fighting DKs, and that's that pretty much exclusively means like
playing like a rat,
range shipping, range shipping, like kiting super duper hard, like boom boom, and then running and like like that. Like that's what I want, and then I'm gonna scram. You know what I mean? Like
if you catch out someone and you're close enough, by the way, with seeds, usually like what I'll do is just like, oh, I'm gonna Twilight Dash, do Legacy, and then Shattering, and then go away. But a lot of times in large scale, for me, it's about like trying to harass people and then backing off. Don't like full commit all the time unless you can read the situation and you think it's safe. A lot of times I know what I'm doing, so I just go full blitz sometimes in the back line, and then I'll try to leave it and pull people, because people get really pissed when you go on their ball and then you just leave. And what happens is people will chase pretty hard, and you want to like run as much as you can if there's too many, but like once you start noticing there's like, oh, there's like 4 people like chasing me, now I
Yeah,
can
that's
start
how-
going for some like chip
Exactly,
plays and
and
stuff and be
Exactly. That's the exact way I feel like this class, or I'm gonna play this class. I think unless you're like a god gamer on this class, I think that's how you play it, bro. You just like grab people, you kind of taunt them with
Yeah.
with like shattering and stuff, you know, and then you like get them to come after you, and then you kite, wait till like 3 guys follow you, and then you just finish those guys off in like an instant, and then go to the next 3 guys or whatever, you know.
Yeah, a lot of times, like especially in GVGs, I like to, if I see like someone's backline, I like to just hit them and
That's so
not
fast. Oh my
overcommit
God.
and just fucking leave. And what
Yeah.
happens is people get conditioned to not want to chase you anymore unless they're on a class that can, because they know you're just gonna full book it and run away. Also, this one's a little bit off topic. Not every class can do this. I know Sork and DK can, and I know Ninja cannot. If you go in Awakening stance, you have to be in Awakening stance, and you hold S and then your auto path key, it'll put your weapon away instantly. And what I do, this is so funny. This happened in our GVG versus family, the one that we were both in, by the way. I literally, there was a Nova in front of me. I literally, like, he was chasing me. I put my weapons away instantly, and I crouched, and I'm fucking gone. And I'm literally, like, he could see me if he wanted to.
What kind of tech is this?
But
What
he
the hell,
couldn't, like,
man?
he looked at me, and he just walked away, and he didn't know I was there anymore. Like, you're gone from the map. You're just fucking gone. It's like a really, like, you see, like, if there's trees around, you know, like, you just do this, like, boom, and then what you do is just
You're
WQ.
actually gone, bro. You were actually just gone.
You just WQ, you roll, and you're just,
Wait,
you're
that's
gone.
actually crazy. That's also so good for getting on a horse too. I wish I had to test that. I wish I had my guardians with weapons still, so I could test that. Because getting on a horse with like guardian or sage takes like 40 freaking years. Because they're like, oh, let me put this freaking axe away.
Yeah.
Dude. And then it's like, oh my god, hurry up.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
a
sick.
good rat tactic. I don't see anybody else use this, but I abuse the
How
fuck
did you
out of
figure
this.
out?
I found it out I think like 4 years ago, and I think I just misclicked, and I was like,
I'm just gonna actually fuck with people at this. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna be kiting, you know, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm just gonna be like, hey, and I'm done. Wait, there it is. Hey.
yep, and you're gone. I just
You're
misclicked,
gone.
and then I was like, man, how'd that happen? So I just like tried to recreate it, and then there you go. But yeah, I just found it on accident. I didn't like see a guide or anything. It's just accidental tech found. And then
pretty cool.
I didn't start doing this until this year, actually. And the only reason I started doing it this year was because I was trying to like rat like against Vertex or something by Abandoned Monastery. You know how many trees
All
and
the
grass is
trees
over
and
there?
yeah,
So I'd like
yeah.
throw seeds at them. I'd stand behind a
Ooh.
tree and I would just crouch.
Ooh,
And they would
that's
just, it was
dirty.
so funny because you would see them like walk past and like run
They're
past
like,
me.
all like,
They're like, where did he go?
man?
People can still see you, I think, if you have work target pings on. So you got to be
Yeah.
like wary of that. You can't be too greedy because that's like the counter to it. But a lot of people actually don't play with war target pings.
Yeah. Dude, that's actually so funny.
But I mean, like, look, you just saw me Twilight Dash,
Yeah.
and like as the animation ended, and I was literally, my weapon's already away.
Bro, they're like, did he escape?
Yeah.
I can just hear it now, bro. That's so funny.
Did he map to town?
He must have mapped.
He must have
Must have
mapped.
mapped it down.
And then
That's
you know what
actually so funny.
happens? They turn their back.
And they pop out and
So
knock him out.
I hotbar Spirit Hunt because you can like use skills from hotbar if you're in standby stance, and I'll literally just Spirit Hunt and then seeds
Wait,
them.
really? Ooh. Fun.
It's the ratting tech.
Oh, sure shit you can. That's actually cool.
Yeah, you can actually use any skill that you can hotbar. You can actually use it from standby stance.
Really?
Any skill.
A straight wheel? Oh my god.
Yeah, you could even even if you put your weapons away. Like here's a good example. If I do this sometimes, like in large scale. Even if I put my weapons away in awakening stance, I could use hotbar airstrike, and it would use airstrike, and put me in pre-awakening. I mean, if you wanted to be really weird, I never do this. If you wanted to be weird about it, like you're in awakening, right? You just do ST airstrike if you wanted to. I never do
That's
that.
some freak shit. That's some freak shit, dude.
Yeah, it's freak tech. I never do that, but I mean, you could.
Could you imagine somebody like that? That's my go-to way to airstrike. What the?
That's my quick airstrike. Like what?
That's my fast airstrike.
I mean, I bet if I put airstrike to a comfortable keybind, like R or something, if I just unbinded R and put it on airstrike, I could just do TR and then do that skill.
It might not be that bad actually. Or yeah,
It actually might not be that
really
bad.
nice.
But you know what would happen though? You would, when you're trying to do ST while people are hitting you, and you just get locked and blocked.
You just get crapped on.
But yeah, that's like the rat weird tech.
That's really cool. I never would have ever found that out. That is so interesting. I'm gonna fuck around with that for sure. I'm just gonna run away from people. So you chase me, I'm gonna be like, I'm gone.
I'll do it in RBF too. There's like some little pots on the ground that you can hide behind, or like the little tree area near red desert spawn that Bria likes to AFK in.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's funny, dude.
But yeah.
All right, cool. So there's that. All right, I think I got my skill cooldown set up kind of nice too. Like the dashes, the main dashes, Smoky Haze, Twilight Dash.
Yeah.
Spirit Hunt is, I'm guessing you use that like quite often.
For movement, or like approaching someone into Legacy. Like with protection, like, you know, like when you're moving around and I'm like, oh fuck, like I wanna, like a lot of times, like if someone's on the ground already CC'd, like I'll oh whoops, if like someone's on the ground already CC'd, I'll dash up, slanted, Spirit Legacy. Well, I guess that's what you could do now, but what I used to do was, you know, I would do slanted when they're on the ground and then Spirit Hunt,
and then seed,
and then like Legacy or Seeds.
I
guess now you can
damage.
Now you can literally just do slanted into Legacy, which is pretty sick, and then you could combo off of Seeds. Nah, that's fine.
The block is stiff though.
A lot of cool stuff. Also, there was another thing.
What's the guard break skills on this character?
It's only on Suck and it's airstrike. You can cancel airstrike and Suck though, like you can with balance strike.
Nearby?
No.
Because I just had that guard, like recovery debuff on me. Can you just do that against me again?
Oh, I mean, I don't have.
Is that from the? That's from the block break. That's
yeah,
right.
that's from you.
It just applies that debuff.
Yeah.
Ah, that's right. That's right. I'm always in super armor on Musa. I never lose my block.
And then you know about side striking, like if someone's holding block, and if you just know how to aim it.
You go.
Yeah.
Missed it, but yeah.
Just for clarity, just hold your block and I'll show chat just in case they want to see. But if someone's like holding block and they're greedy with their block, there's two ways you could do this now. This is the hard way, where if you know how to aim correctly and go behind them and not resist, it was a perfect airstrike too.
We love resist here, man. We love them.
You could see them through their block. What people will interpret this though is it happens so fast that it looks like you're CCing them directly in the front, and people think you hit them in their block, but that's what's actually going on when the DK CCs you with airstrike.
Yeah.
The new way you could do it that's super easy is literally just the new shattering skill. It's slower though, so it's more predictable. But the new shattering skill, you could just literally hop behind them and they're just floated.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
That's a nice skill. God, that damage. This class has so much damage. It's so fucking sweet.
But yeah, that's trying to think if there's any other tech I forgot. Oh, no, I like to for duels, not even just duels, but in large scale when people are chasing you, when they see you Nocturne, they start getting like, especially if it's a grab class, they'll start like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for him to come out and grab him immediately. If you Nocturne from Awakening stance, but you don't use it, like if you don't go behind someone, or you don't do the S, or you don't do the flow, you actually stay in Awakening. So a lot of times, like, people will just sit in your Nocturne and they're like, oh, I'm gonna grab him. And
wait, that's actually so interesting.
Yeah, so like what I like to do
that's cool.
is I'll hold Shift E while I'm in Nocturne, and I come out with the seeds in their face with SA.
That is actually so cool. Wait, that's so cool, dude.
It's a really good bait.
I like that. I like that a lot. That is so cheese.
You could do the same thing.
I'm never gonna get fucked by that again, dude.
You could do the same thing.
I always wonder what the hell happens with that. I always get so lost on that.
Oh yeah, when you see them do like the pre-awakening, and you're like, wait,
because I'm like, block jump. Here he comes with the slanted balance or the flow, and then he just seeds me, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Or actually, what was really catching me off was shattering out of it.
Yeah, you can. I mean, if you're in pre-awakening, you could just hold Shift F2 and then come out with wheel. But that one's slower, and you could get grabbed. But sometimes people are like, oh, what the fuck, and they get caught by it.
It's cool, dude. Wait, that's actually so sick. And yeah, look at that, dude. There's the fucking weapon. Oh my god, that's so cool. Okay. Nice. All right, so now if I'm an RBF, right? If I'm RBFing, bro,
Movement is important for RBF.
Doing this, and we're doing. It's probably kiting people most of the time. Like that's our general objective is to kite.
You really want to learn to if there's something big to like take away from this, you really want to know how to quick C swap airstrike for RBF. You really do.
Yeah,
it's like the core way to just fucking get out of the way right away while people are chasing you.
Are you doing C swap dash airstrike? Or are you actually just doing C swap?
I'm just doing C swap airstrike.
Okay.
Because I don't want to take.
Like, why am I? Okay.
Like if you do smoky haze, it's not a bad idea. You can, but the problem is if you try to like 180 do smoky haze, what's gonna happen? There's a good chance that people are gonna be hitting you with range, and this class is squishy. If you're getting hit with back attacks before your airstrike, it's gonna be rough. You can do it. I'm not saying to never do it. I'm just saying most of the time I'm trying to go for the instant airstrike flow and then smoky haze away.
Is that DC swap?
The way I do it is I do A for my C, like for my direction.
A or D, side swap, because I think they're the same in this. This one, the side one is they both have the side.
They're both the
Actually,
same.
DC should be faster technically.
Well, the reason I do A is because it feels more comfortable and I don't have to displace my hand. But also something specific to me is I put my C swap on my mouse button because I think it's easier for my brain to pay attention to, and my hand doesn't have to displace itself on my keyboard for a tricky input, and then I don't have to like worry about fucking up putting my hands back in the same position before. So I have it on my mouse button with my thumb to make it easier, and then doing A C swap F, just my hands stay in the same spot and it feels natural.
Yeah. That's like a ninja thing, DC swap. It's like the faster C swap. That's the way you're supposed to do it when you're trying to like, you know, be a little stinker.
Yeah. Well, I think ninjas is like definitely literally faster.
It's way faster.
Mine's not
like twice as fast.
The way I'm doing it isn't faster. It's what works for my brain.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, in ninjas, yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah. So Dark Nebula. That's I think
are you doing F and then tapping? Like, are you ever hitting this button when you do that C swap?
Sometimes, because like F I wish for the reworks they put it to 10 seconds, but it has 5 seconds of 10% attack speed.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, if I have let's say I have the breathing room to do it and people aren't chasing me, I'll do F into airstrike just so that end gap of airstrike is sped up into the flow. If I have the breathing room for it. If there's too many people around, I'm not going to risk it. It also moves you forward a bit. So, I mean, you can launch yourself a little bit further by doing Unveiled into Airstrike, and you go a little bit further. Like, if I try to Airstrike back to you without doing Unveiled, this is how far I would go. I mean, it's about the same. It's just a little bit more, but I like getting the attack speed.
Yeah, I like the attack speed, too. Honestly, it kind of feels...
Attack speed feels good. A lot of times
now.
It
feels like if this class feels like kind of off and you don't have it up.
Yeah. I think
really weird.
I think it should be like Ninja's Ghost Claw.
Yeah.
Like and just be 10 seconds.
Yeah, it should be.
Or at the very least 7 seconds or 8 seconds.
This skill's so easy to get off though too. I mean, you can kind of do whatever.
I like doing now Unveiled Shift R and B. If someone's on the ground, I'll just and that feels really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so Dark Nebula is Shift Q, and it has a full animation and then it has a quick cast animation. I don't always use the full animation unless I'm trying to linger frontal, moving back, or sometimes someone's on the ground and they're 1 HP and I don't want to use Legacy because it's a big cooldown, or Legacy's on cooldown. Then my last resort is a long cast Nebula, but majority of the time that you're going to use Nebula is quick cast. So the quick cast for Nebula is Spirit Legacy. The other quick cast for it is
Spirit Hunt, right?
Spirit Hunt. The other quick cast for it is Trap, and I think that's it. Majority of the time that I use it actually is out of Trap or out of Spirit Hunt. Like let's say people are chasing me and I'm trying to kite, I'll do Spirit Hunt and then I'll 180 turn my camera and then I'll Dark Nebula to push myself to the other side. Or, you know, when people are chasing, Trap, Shift Q is really nice. It moves you back pretty far. And then you just do...
You go straight into Saturning, yeah. I mean, look how far you created so much distance.
Yeah.
While chipping, it's actually gross.
Things that will be normal that you'll notice on the class is frontal guard movement displacement skills like shattering and nebula. People, it'll look like you get range grab because you literally do, and it looks like it on their screen too. Like, let's say you legacy from this far, they can grab the frontal part of legacy right there, and you're like range grab. It's the same thing with shattering, where if someone grabs it right there, you'll be sucked back in, and it's the same thing with nebula.
That's weird, man.
Just because like you move back and it's like still
I always
there.
thought that was just desync. I can't believe legacy. I mean, there's no movement because like on Zerker, the issue with Zerker,
well, the frontal's
is like
bigger.
Shake off. Yeah, but the way it works is like you have it's an iframe off cooldown. When you shake off, even if you're far away from them, right?
Just get pulled back in.
You get yoinked back in because of the way that the skill is like with movement. Like you don't actually switch positions from the server most of the time because of the tick rate of the server. And that's usually how that works. And I found that to be pretty consistent for like a lot of classes. But if you get grabbed out of legacy because of the like while not moving, that seems pretty weird.
It sucks.
Weird.
You'll notice it happen because like sometimes, like you said, sometimes it is because of the skill works. A lot of times on their screen it won't.
That shit, bro. Is that if I'm a grabber, am I grabbing this?
Well, you're probably not going to be looking at legacy specifically to grab. Well, it's a little bit harder now because before, if you saw a DK iframe, if they iframed once, you know they can't use their second one, and if they used both, then you know the next skill they're going to do is an SA dash or like a shattering. So like before, it was a little bit easier just because, you know, as soon as they iframe, it didn't matter what they did, I'm just going to grab it. Now it's probably a little bit more complicated. I wouldn't be looking specifically to like, oh, legacy grab, but maybe if you're like doing SA trading with another DK and you know, like, oh, if I trade into this, he's probably going to use this skill, so I'm going to go for the grab. Just because, like, you know, DK, the main way we like get our kills or by fighting someone is usually by SA trading. And if a DK is being predictable and you try to like force trade them, like for example, like if a ninja's doing katana shower, right? Sometimes I'll try to go for a trade with legacy, but like when I was doing yellow, he would just instantly grab, or he would block jump, grab immediately when he saw it. So like you can predict it, and you're stuck in legacy for, it's not a long time, but it's like about a second before you can get out of it. And if you're moving fast enough too, the skill doesn't follow it right away where you're aiming, and it can make it pretty hard if someone's moving a lot and they go behind. Like when I talked to you the other day about Musa, and you should like push pull, and if you see like, you know, you could try to go behind whatever skill I use, like it's gonna be hard to turn it.
Yeah, for sure. Interesting. Shattering seems like it's pretty responsive for the most part.
It is, but it also just server things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's something you just have to like chalk it up to just unlucky, right?
Yeah.
That skill's so crazy, that forward movement skill.
But yeah, cluster by the way has the same cancels.
Yeah. I noticed that.
Except you can also cancel it in Twilight.
Accident, like doing that on accident.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the input for sure, especially if people are
cancel it at any time.
Yeah, well, you can cancel it with.
Or does he get locked into like?
You can cancel it with a forward dash and side dash, and if you're using hallucination snare, which you won't, you probably won't for what you're doing ever, so you don't have to spec hallucination snare. But just for clarity for anyone else that doesn't know, you can also cancel it with hallucination snare. It is an option.
Okay.
But yeah, you can cancel it with your side dash and forward dash.
It seems like it might be decent chip damage because AoE's pretty fat, right? I mean,
I didn't find the damage to be really good, to be honest, but it's more of like a debuff thing. And for what it's worth, you probably will just get some kills. Like I've gotten kills here and there from people that are just on the ground. The thing is, the skill doesn't have any crit rate, and it doesn't have down attack either.
Is there any crit passives that you get in this class? Like some classes, like blind thrust is 30% crit rate.
No,
nothing. It wouldn't make sense for it too, because a lot of the shit just has 100% crit off rip anyways. But man,
you could put an add-on, but I don't think
this is a tier 3, right?
Yeah, it's a tier 3. You could put 30%.
Pretty much cancels out. See, that's the problem though. It pretty much cancels out the, like, it's a special evasion is 30%. You know, you're canceling yourself out, like on average or whatever.
Yeah.
Most of the time, your crits are probably not going to land. Interesting. That's very interesting.
Someone was telling me it does way more. Someone named Justice BD on my chat says it does way more with 30%. I haven't tried it for PvP. I've only tried it for PvE. The only reason I haven't done the 30% was I figured if I was using cluster, I only was using it for debuffing.
Yeah.
Like with attack speed and movement speed. But that could be something to try.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
haven't tried it yet.
I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll speedrun it, or I'll give it a test run for you and see if it's actually decent or not.
Yeah.
Because
they said they noticed Justice said he noticed the damage a lot.
really?
Might be worth it, but just keep in mind too, like this skill looks like it's big AoE, but like I think you throw it right here.
It looks really fast. Fucking me up.
It doesn't. It goes about that far, but past that, like you'll see like the
Yeah,
dagger, but it won't hit. Another shitty thing about it is if you come over
that's
here.
Like the same distance as Lightning Prison, actually. I'm pretty familiar with that distance then.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. If you come over here and go to the bottom, this skill does not have any z-axis whatsoever, and if even from below, if you want to try and use it on me, it's not going to do any damage, which sucks. Even for something as tiny as this.
Does Shattering have z-axis?
Yeah, Shattering has z-axis. This one's a little bit better, but as soon as you start getting about this high, the z-axis is gone. Shattering has z-axis, but it's just a little, it moves you. So what ends up happening is sometimes you won't even hit the guy you're looking down at. Sometimes you'll just hit the ground because your camera's backing up into a wall and then you're looking at the ground. Seeds, if you try to do like backward seeds, it'll just hit the ground in front of you for the second one, no matter which way you aim it. And if you do the forward one, well, then you fall forward. But hey, you could do like this new Shattering flow and just fucking hop off.
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of thinking that's like the DK version of the TP Voltaic Frigid, bro. I swear to God, like.
Yeah, just fucking send myself. I mean, you
yuck yourself onto these guys and you start pumping.
They made it so you can do a lot of skills off. Like you could do Twilight Dash off height. You can do Airstrike off height now. Before it would teleport you back, but now you can like do like all your movement skills and dash off of it, which is pretty nice.
Oh wait, really? Wait,
yeah, you can use like everything off of height now.
Oh my God! Wait, that's actually so nice.
Yeah.
Dude, you know they changed that for Musa too. You know how many times I would go for a chase off of like like this distance of like elevation difference, and I'd just start falling, dude. It was agony.
Or it just teleports you back, and it's like action can't be done
yeah,
by now. Like you're trying to run away from everyone,
it's a weird way
and
they
then
do that on the skill though. It like actually drops you down so fast.
Yeah,
like,
you just start dropping.
Really early.
Well, okay, that one's always been a thing. Actually, like the thing you're talking about where you drop, that's actually always been a thing. It's just sometimes it wouldn't happen and you teleport back. But yeah, that weird one, like when I used to grind Basilisk Den from like upper floor to lower floor, I would just drop myself down like that and just fucking yeet down instantly for a rotation. But they mostly fixed it for when that didn't work, and then they fixed it for Smoky Haze.
Gotcha.
But it's pretty cool. You just start falling. Most of the time, if I'm getting off a ledge and people are chasing me though, my primary way of just leaving is actually just shattering off of a ledge and just leaving.
Wait, that's a stylish way to dip, bro. That's like you're jumping back out the window shooting a gun, you know? You know?
If people are about to kill me, I just kill myself instead and don't give them the kill.
That's pretty slick. All right. Anything else I had questions on? I think most of it is just.
A lot of this is a lot about this class at first. It's pretty easy to get into. The thing you work on the most is getting used to your cooldowns. So making sure you have your cooldown slots and like comfortable, you know, just, it's the typical stuff like having range in the right section, melee in the right section, do catches however you want. But a lot of this class is CD management and spacing and decision making. The initial part of like getting into it is like pretty easy and fun, but the difference between a good DK is those three things: decision making, spacing, and whatever the hell the third one I said, and I don't remember. Okay. Oh, cooldown management. Yeah.
Cooldown management. Yeah.
That one.
After the flow for airstrike, do you just always go? If you cast airstrike, do you always just do the flow?
Honestly, yeah, because you regen stamina it, and it's SA.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing, because like why not? It's like free. If there's a ninja and stealth somewhere, that's gonna hit him out of it. So like why not?
Yeah. Interesting. I'm gonna go fuck around in RBF, man. I think we're gonna go for it. I'm trying to think. I'm sure what'll happen is I'll start trying shit. I'll flub it. And I'll like take like 30 minutes to start getting the hang of it. And I'm gonna start having a lot more questions.
Yeah, it takes a bit. And RBF is actually like, I don't want to say the worst place to practice. I think this class does really well in structured PvP versus like chaotic PvP, like RBF, because RBF's like really small. But you definitely like want to practice like your quick C-swap airstrikes and just movement in RBF and like getting out of sticky situations. Like how I would play it is just go in and poke the back line and then just try to run and see if people chase you and then try to kite them out. But I think like if you bring this to GVGs, this is like a good way to like, GVGs would be like a really good way to test how you want to do things. Or sorry, not test how you want to do things. The Sturker's hitting us. But like GVGs, like structured PvP are really good ways to practice this class. And it has a better tell of how the class is versus RBF. Because RBF feels like shit. I mean, it feels like shit for everyone. Yeah, unless you're a Sork. Unless you're a Sork. If you're a Sork, RBF's chilling.
Dude, it's honestly so funny because I did an RBF before this on my Musa. And I died and I looked and I saw like, it was like probably, I think it was like 5 or 6 Rangers and then 3 Archers, all just like in a line, bro. The firing squad, dude. Dude, they're all right next to
each other. As soon as they all see one guy, you're just delete-imified.
You know what's funny too is I spent that entire RBF just like getting spawn buff and just like beeline.
Yeah, fuck them, dude.
Like, looking for the Rangers, dude, and they're still.
Just run.
If I ever lost a spawn buff, I would die in like an actual frame.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding.
I know. I've been RBFing. It's crazy.
God. It was really fun, but my God, did I die fast?
At least it's classes we could kill, but it makes me feel like so when I got C9s, like you still like die fast, right? It's the same with C20s, but like I felt it for like trading. But like right now, when I turn my back to even just one Archer or one Ranger, it's like bop 20%, and I'm like, what? Or you'll find if you're like greedy, if you're really greedy with shattering. This didn't happen before this patch, but now when in the shattering animation, I just go from 100 to 0 and all my blocks gone.
I hope to God that it doesn't happen to me, dude. I'm like 388 DP, and I know I'm evasion. I know this shit doesn't matter, but come on, let me live through shattering at least, man.
Yeah,
let me live through shattering.
It can be rough.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. I'll probably shoot. I won't try to bother you too much about this.
You're my friend. You can bug me.
Yeah. But I'll probably will shoot you a couple questions here and there because I'm gonna mess around with this for a little bit.
You're good. Remember, this is SA
Linger. I've always
Linger.
been lazy. What is?
Remember, Nocturne when you go behind with a slash is SA Linger.
Whoa!
I don't know if you knew that. I almost didn't mention it because I thought you did.
I thought that was unsafe. I didn't know that was a thing at all.
You can just sit in it, and then you sign it.
Wait a minute. So you can just whiff it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, that's actually cool. I'm glad you said that. I would have never even known that ever.
Yeah, good thing.
You can whiff it, and then actually just linger in it if you need to, like, if you're just sitting there chilling.
Yeah.
I like that. That's like the only linger on this class for SA, right? Like, pretty much?
Yeah, that's the only linger. For some reason, if you do Spirit Hunt linger, you don't regen stam and you don't have SA, but you sit there and it doesn't regen stam and you don't have SA either.
But you sit there, though.
Yeah,
but you sit there,
but you sit
man.
there.
You look good when you're doing it, though. Look at that. God, I look good, you know?
Yep.
Man, that's funny. Okay, that's actually really bad, too. That's not, I didn't know that.
Just let me regen stam at least.
There's no reason to do it, I guess, right? But
no, it would be. I mean, it'd be. I don't know if it'd be It'd be kind of crazy, I guess, if you could just do this. But at the same time, this class is like not tanky enough to abuse a permalinger. All I want is just to regen stam, and that's it. As soon as it's over with the movement. But yeah, just be careful with that because you won't regen stam.
Noted. All right, I'm gonna jump into some RBFs. Look how geared I am. I just ate a fucking mutilation. So geared, dude. He killed me, but I mean, I'm geared though, you know? All right, I'll let you get back to your stream, man. Thanks for helping. I appreciate it. This was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. I was more nervous about being able to help you more than anything because I'm bad at teaching. But luckily, you asked the questions, which gave me a direction on how to help you. So thanks for, not just being like, do everything for me.
Yeah.
Because that's the worst.
I mess around. I mess around with every single class pretty much. I have at least some sort of knowledge on something, so I guess I can always ask the questions. in most
Yeah.
situations, but man, there's so much. There's actually a lot more to it than I would have thought. The fact that Nocturne has 8 different versions of it is just actually stupid. Like,
Yeah.
Why? Why is there like 5 different casts? Like,
I mean,
oh,
the
you
float's
have a
really
damage
cool,
option if you hit
though.
the A button. Like, what?
I don't think I'm ever gonna hit the A button in my life. Like, I'd rather just do literally anything else. I mean, well, oh, wait. Let's try it. Let's try it. Like,
Dude, I'm gonna
go
fuck
over
you up,
here.
bro.
Let's go through. Let's do the normal one, like W Nocturne. Okay.
Ooh, fat deeps. Okay.
All right. Now
pretty fat.
do D Nocturne. The float.
Right, 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, my bad. You're
You're
good.
good.
Okay.
Okay, absolutely nothing. Roger.
Now do the damage one. This shit better do
Dude,
damage.
this shit's gonna fuck. It's gonna own. I think it might one-shot you.
Oh shit! Wait a minute!
Holy
Wait! That might not be that bad if someone's low on the ground.
Like, that actually fucking owns. Wait a minute.
That might not be
How
that
can I
bad.
cancel- wait, how can you? Hold on.
Just hold your shift.
Boom.
Oh my! Wait a minute! That's not. Oh my god! Give me.
Like I said, I almost one-shots, dude.
Okay. Shit. I said I'd never use it in my life. I guess if you're like, I do this. Wait. Get more HP. You're not supposed to be that low.
Hold on. Sorry, there's people over, and I was yapping, screaming, so.
Yeah, they're like, what the hell?
I'm getting question
Yeah, dude.
marks.
Maybe if I do this, you're like on the ground. I'm like, okay, let me execute this guy. I'm like, oh shit, he's like way lower. Okay, well,
Like, that actually did so much damage, though.
maybe you're C20, so I mean, if you're like not
Oh,
C20,
I'm not technically seats. I got the money for it, but.
oh my god, I canceled it.
Hold on, ready?
Boom. I guess
Boom,
depending
the
on
one
if it
shot,
crits.
bro. I guess it depends on the.
Boop. You're
Gotta-
done.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was actually gonna do no damage. I actually thought it was gonna do 0 damage.
Does
I'm very
it have-
surprised that it did any damage to you.
Yeah, I'm really surprised too. This is a good thing. Good thing I was like, let's try it. Does it have down attack? I guess it doesn't have down
Obsidian
attack.
Ashes right after that. Ooh, that's juice.
It has 50% crit, 10% accuracy, so it probably is just straight better to back attack it. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, if you get a I mean, there's no stuns really, honestly. Floats and shit.
I mean, you could put a stun on Legacy or Hidden Strike.
Yeah, I don't like that hidden strike thing. I think that's actually really bad.
Sometimes if someone's getting up, I will do this.
Yeah.
Except you're a resist god. I hate you.
I'm a resist beast, dude. You know what's crazy? You know what's actually hilarious? Is I'm evasion with a Cooldown. I only have I have a C20 Griffin, so it's like 5 extra % evasion, whatever, or resist, I should say. But I still resist so much.
I
swear
hate
this
you.
resist change is bugged because I resist so often, and I get resisted all the time. Boom, boom. Ooh, big damage.
Oh, there's one more thing that's worth mentioning, I guess. This is up to you if you want to use it. I'm trying to get used to it. So they took away the ability since week 1 to turn your camera with cluster, right? So when you do cluster, it just goes in the direction where you're going. For some reason though, you can mouse move it.
Oh, that's right up my alley, bro. Zerker
If you
man.
wanna mouse move it to someone who's going out of the camera not range, but like if they're going left or right, you can mouse move that skill.
Yeah, that's juice. I can make that work, bro.
Yeah. So I think that's like everything.
Nice. Let's do it. I'm gonna jump into some RBFs. I'm gonna get 0 points. I'm gonna be a 1 point Andy, but I'm gonna look so goddamn good doing it though. I swear to God, I am.
I believe in you. You learn fast, and you're worth teaching.
We'll figure it out. All right. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Catch
Thanks
you
for
later.
the free lessons for my chat. Bye.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Peace, man.
Bye. Okay. I hope that helped out some of you guys. Because that was part of the reason we did it. Strat asked today if I wanted to help him, and he said it would actually be like a really good idea, just in case there was people in my chat that needed it too. And I'm happy we did,